for taking the time to speak with Taking on the Giant. Can you start by briefly introducing yourself and your product?
Yeah, I'm going to be a senior in the fall in polymer engineering at Case Western Reserve University. And basically I'm here today to talk about Sprav, which is a smart water meter. Basically what it does is it allows you to monitor in real time how much energy and water you use while you're in the shower. Okay, so basically how this works is this is the actual device itself, and it fits in between the pipe coming out of the wall and your existing shower head. So you don't need to buy a new shower head or anything like that. Whatever you're already comfortable with, you can use. Pretty easy installation. It just screws on. You can do it in about under a minute.
Are there any other similar products out there that are doing what your device is doing? And
Yeah.
What's different about yours?
There are similar devices that are out there, but a lot of them are kind of like limited in what they can accomplish, and a lot of them are, I guess, what I would call maybe lower end devices. So they don't necessarily have the historical data tracking ability that we have. We also track temperature, which is useful if you want to see kind of what your energy usage is, and not all of the devices do that, and I don't believe any of them that we've come across have the Bluetooth connectivity. So we think if we can put the information in a high visibility area, then that's going to kind of get the conversation started when it comes to conservation and things like that.
Okay, great. So what motivated you to develop the product? How did the idea come about?
Yeah, this actually came out of an extra credit project at Case in one of our engineering classes, and we just thought, well, let's take a shower head and put an LED on it so people can monitor it. And then it kind of developed because our professor said, hey, we think this could be something, so you should enter it into the St. Gobain design competition. And when we took it there, we refined it down into its current form. So really it was just kind of, it started out of something that was an extra credit project, something you kind of had to do, but we ended up running with it because we thought that it could be successful.
How long ago did you start it?
Yeah, we started, I think it was in the spring of freshman year of college is when we first started messing around with this.
That's great. And how did you do in the competition?
The first year was really interesting because we really didn't know what it was. We didn't know kind of what the value was. Like, we knew that a professor told us to go do it, but we didn't know what anyone was going to think. We ended up getting second that year, so then we thought, okay, well that's something. And then we were actually allowed to re-enter it, so we said, okay, we'll do it again. And then we kept developing the product. We kept iterating, and then we won last year, so that was good. It was got about $9,400 or $9,500 last year.
So what's the route that you're taking there? Have you applied for patents?
Yeah. So we actually have a provisional patent, and part of what we want to do with our fundraising is going to go towards a non-provisional patent. But really, the way that we want to initially launch it is on crowdsourcing, so like Indiegogo or Kickstarter, that type of thing. We think that demographic that traffics those sites would be interested in this. So.
And do you think it's ultimately targeted at a younger crowd or at an older crowd as well? How do you think you can appeal to them?
I think that the early adopters are probably going to be like late 20s people, the first people that buy it, but substantial value engineering is going to go into the product after each iteration, so it'll cost less and less. And then I think you'll see more people come on board, like, fathers and things like that with the maybe 4 or 5 kids or 3 or 4 kids, and then it really adds up. So then if they can have that, they can use it as an educational tool for their children.
What advice would you give to other young change makers who are trying to follow in your footsteps?
I think if you have to kind of trust your gut instinct, because when we first stood up to deliver like the first pitch at the first competition, like a couple of people like laughed at us and stuff, and it's sometimes if people can't do things themselves, they're going to tell you that you can't do it, but you really just have to be really persistent, and if you know that if you think that it can be something, you can't let anybody else tell you any different.